I dinna ken why the laird wants you back." She suddenly recalled that not all of the laird's men knew why the laird held her and the others captive, except to give the old man a ready supply of young women to force to his bed. That did not explain the 2 youths or the 2 children, but the men of Dunmorton were not known for their deep thoughts. She wondered if telling them the truth would turn them against the man. These men were already jealous of their laird and his favourites, angered that they did not share the women they kept caged. That jealousy could be turned to rage if they discovered what else the old man was not sharing. Then she met Donald's narrowed eyes and cast aside the thought of stirring dissent in the ranks. It would probably work, but would be of no help to her. Donald would do his best to kill her before he raced back to the keep to demand his fair share of the laird's bounty. Una did not think the knowledge that Donald and the Lackwits with him would be swiftly killed would offer her much joy, for she would be dead. And, she thought, if these men learned the truth, the people she had hoped to save would soon die as well. "I dinna believe the laird would appreciate his lackeys questioning him," she said. "And he doesn't appreciate his game escaping its cage either." "It seems disappointment must be the madman's lot this day, aye." She turned her head to hiss at the man trying to creep up on her side. "Back away, you wee bastard, or I will rip you open and strangle ye with your own innards." She could tell by the way Red Rob narrowed his eyes that her reference to his short stature would cost her. From the moment she had been dragged to Dunmorton and he had realised that she was several inches taller than him, he had loathed her, taking what few chances he got to add to her misery. If these men caught her, Red Rob would make sure that she suffered every step of the way back to captivity. If. Una almost laughed aloud. There was no uncertainty about her fate. She could not stop the men from capturing her. The only thing in question at the moment was how much damage she could inflict upon them before they brought her down. Una prayed it would be a lot. Failure was a bitter taste on the back of her tongue. She had tried so hard, planned so carefully, that it struck her as monstrously unfair that she should fail. Even worse, Una knew she would never find a chance to try again. Nor would any of the others. They would all spend what remained of their pitiful lives locked in cages, the women dragged to the laird's bedchamber whenever he demanded it, and all of them bled repeatedly to make the laird and his chosen men strong. The thought of the youngest of the laird's captives suffering such a fate made her want to scream out in rage. Una was just thinking that she would put an end to the game by going on the attack when the sound of hooves thundering over the ground made her and her enemies tense. The way her attackers' eyes widened and they all stepped back, scurrying away until she had no one at her back, caused Una to glance in the direction of the approaching sound. If whatever came their way frightened her enemy, it could only be good for her. Her glance turned into an open-mouthed stare. A huge black horse was galloping their way, but it was the man seated on the impressive beast that fully grasped her attention and held it. He was big enough that he needed a horse that size just to carry his weight. Long black hair, broad shoulders, and a wide grin on his handsome face. A wide grin that revealed a glimpse of what looked like fangs. She did not flinch when he leaned down, holding out a hand as he drew near, yet barely reining in his mount. Una weighed her choices in that heartbeat of time it took for him to reach her. 5 men to battle, or 1 big one. The choice was clear. She grabbed his wrist and leapt up, noting his strength as he easily drew her up behind him. The men who had encircled her scattered before the charging horse. She wrapped her arms around the man's waist as he rode through the clearing twice, driving her enemies farther away. When he then kicked his mount back into a full charging gallop, riding away from the laird's men, she hung on tightly and tried to decide what she should do next. Una frowned when the first thought to enter her head was that the man smelled good. His thick black hair brushed against her face as they rode, and she liked the feel of it touching her skin. Cursing